Two really bad changes to Social Security. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I want to share with you two changes they are now considering to Social Security, which in my honest opinion are really bad changes that they should not even consider. So let's get into it and talk through the details and what they're now thinking. However, really quickly before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching the latest details hitting the wire and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what's going on out there and how it may impact your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, and anything else popping up right now you can possibly grab and or take advantage of. So again, I'm here for you every single day, no matter what. That's my promise to you and everybody here in the community. So again, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about these changes that in my honest opinion are really bad. They should not even be considering when it comes down to Social Security. Also, really quickly, make sure to check out those links down below in the description and at the top of the comment section for your 14-day free trial of Aura, the sponsor here on the channel, so you can take advantage of that and see how much of your personal information has been exposed on the dark web, and they can clean all that up for you. Check it out. I recently signed up, and honestly, I'm completely shocked with how much of my personal information was out there that they helped me clean up. So check out those links down below in the description and again at the top of the comment section. All right, so let's get into it and talk about these bad changes they want to implement. So obviously, I'm going to talk about one of these at a time here. We'll work our way through both of these and what they are considering about this. Now remember, I've talked about all of these different things that they are introducing as of recently to change Social Security because they're so worried about insolvency, right? Now that is a real issue, but it's out there about 10 years or so from right now. But like I've talked about before, 10 years is a long time, but at the same time, it's not that long, right? We all recognize time goes very fast. So 10 years zips right on by, okay? Either way, let's talk through the details about this because they're playing with so many different ideas that are out there right now. And again, they're just like trying to find anything they possibly can to scratch up a few pennies. And honestly, they're coming up with some really bad ones lately. All right, so number one is they want to cancel and or basically end the annual cost of living adjustment. Now stick with me here for a second. I want to talk through the details about this, okay? So this is number one, okay? I'm going to get into another one here in just a second after I describe what this one means. So basically what they're doing is they're looking at the situation of the Social Security annual cost of living adjustment, and they're thinking, hey, wait, we're giving beneficiaries, all of these billions of dollars more every single month through the annual cost of living adjustment. If we just canceled that, as in ended the annual COLA, we could save billions and billions of dollars, and we could push out the insolvency date into the future. Maybe that's true, but would it really fix the problem? It's just going to push out the inevitable a little bit further out into the future, okay? It's not going to solve the problem. Now, here's the thing. We know that right now in 2023, Social Security is paying out about $10 billion more every single month to Social Security beneficiaries as a result of the 8.7% COLA. Do we get an 8.7% COLA every year? No, not even close. We maybe get like 1, 2, maybe 3%. 3% is even very generous, right? Usually it's like 2% or less, okay? So this year what we're getting, the 8.7%, is not normal. This is the highest COLA that we've seen since 1981, over 41, 42 years ago? I mean, seriously, it's been a very long time, okay? So these are the numbers that they're looking at, thinking, wow, $10 billion a month. We could be saving that if we just cut out the COLA. Bad idea. Not a good idea. Why would they even think of that? I mean, seriously, come on. That's a bad one right there, okay? Like I've said before in other videos, they come up with all these ideas. They're stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. Bad idea, Congress. Not a good one. All right, now next, let's quickly talk about this other one. Again, this is another really bad one, but let me just throw it out there because you never know. We always got to watch Congress, and at this point, do we trust Congress? Well, I'm not sure if you do. I can't speak for you, and I certainly don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm going to say this much. I don't really trust Congress that much, okay? You never know what they're up to, and a lot of the ideas that they throw out there and a lot of things that they introduce are really bad stuff, okay? Anyway, this next one, they want to talk about because life expectancies here in the United States continue to increase, as in the life expectancies right now are about 83 to 86 years old. Not bad, right? I mean, that's a pretty nice life. I mean, seriously, that's a pretty nice life expectancy, right? Meanwhile, way back in the day, what was it, 1935, yeah. 88 years ago, almost 89 years ago is when Social Security was first brought in, right? So way back then, life expectancies were in the early 60s, okay? Well, huge difference. Life expectancies here in the United States have increased by about 20 years, 20 plus years since Social Security was started way back in 1935, almost. Oh, well, we're coming up on 90 years pretty quickly here, right? So that's what's going on here. So now here's what they're talking about. Because Social Security benefits back then, basically people would draw on benefits for like a very short amount of time, if ever, right? Because life expectancies were so low then, basically they could say, hey, you can draw on Social Security at 65. Not that many people got to draw on Social Security back then, right? So as a result of that, they're now saying, hey, wait, life expectancies have increased here in the United States out to about 83 to 86, depending on male or female. And again, that's just the averages out there right now. But they're looking at this thinking, but wait, why are beneficiaries still allowed to claim benefits at 62 then, early, right? Now again, these are the ideas that they're talking about. So here's what their proposal is. Let's cancel the ability to claim benefits prior to full retirement age. Let's force everybody to wait until their full retirement age, the age of 66, or somebody who's born in 1960 or later would be 67. And again, they're trying to push that out until the ages of 70. So that would just continue to be pushed out further and further. So that is what they're talking about now is why, maybe we should just cancel this. This would save tons and tons of money for a couple of reasons. Number one, and again, before I say this, let me say this, make this very clear. These are not my words, okay? I am not in this camp right here. I am not in the belief that this is a great idea. But here's what the logic is behind this. Here's what they're saying. If we basically say that people cannot claim their benefits prior to their full retirement age, it does a few things. Number one, it forces people to remain in the workforce longer, building up more of a retirement and like retirement account as in savings. And then it also forces them to pay into Social Security payroll taxes for many more years. Really? Is that what we're coming to these days? I mean, seriously, is that where we're really going these days? That's pretty sad, okay? Now, that is what they're now thinking right there. Next, the statistics also show that about 66% of the population claims their benefit prior to their full retirement age. As a result of this would basically force a lot of people to continue working, and it would not allow them to claim their benefits prior to their full retirement age. A lot of people, about 2/3 of the population, okay? It's a lot of people. Would that be fair? Well, again, everybody has their own opinion. Doesn't really seem all that fair, right? Not that good of a situation. Now, here's the thing. Does everybody really want to work until they're 67? I would have to bet that most people probably don't want to work until 67 or even 66. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people do, and that's totally fine. Maybe some people want to retire, or maybe some people want to start drawing on their Social Security benefit and maybe pick up a part-time job or something very short-term just to maybe put a little bit of time in, to get out of the house every so often, to do a little bit and have, a little bit of extra cash for spending, groceries, things like that. So maybe that's the case. But essentially what it would do is making, a job or working during retirement and after claiming Social Security benefits optional to basically forcing it into something that's almost required for a lot of people. Again, a really bad idea, right? For the most part. Now, again, why do they want to do that? Give people the option. Just leave it optional. Let somebody do what's best for them and their personal situation, right? So anyway, these are the couple ideas that are floating around out there. Again, some really bad things in my honest opinion. These are just my ideas as far as what I feel about these. Now again, this is what they're talking about. Does it mean that these are going to happen for sure? No, definitely not, okay? It does not mean that any of this is actually going to happen. These are just some of the ideas that are floating around out there, but we got to continue watching everything closely. But in my honest opinion, I think that these two are super bad. Why would they do that? I'm sure they can come up with a better plan here to figure something out to work on insolvency versus shaving away a little 2, maybe 3, 4% raise with the annual cost of living adjustment that a lot of people look forward to. And then on top of that, forcing people to remain in the workforce, I don't know. That just seems really cruel to me, right? Give people the option, just like they have now. Hey, go ahead. If you want to claim your benefits at 62, by all means, go for it. That's totally fine. If you want to continue working, then you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to, right? It's totally optional at that point. Versus just saying, hey, you're forced to remain in the workforce. You need to work until 67 or 66. Is that very cool? Not really, right? So anyway, that's what I wanted to throw out there for you. These are some of the ideas that are now circling out there. Either way, I'll continue watching everything closely as I get more details or any other ideas that they come up with. I mean, I can't imagine at this point what may be introduced out there. I have no idea, but you never know, which is why I'm watching all of it closely, because at some point they will come up with more. We know that. We know for a fact there will be more proposals, ideas, bills, packages, things like this being introduced. What's going to be next? Nobody knows. Either way, I'll continue watching it. That's why you got to continue watching everything closely as well, because you just literally never know what Congress is going to do. You seriously never know. How many times have we seen it over the last couple of years where we think that they have a great idea and ultimately they don't do it, but yet they come forward with some other bad idea and they move forward with that one. We've seen that happen before, right? So anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Wanted to bring this to your attention. A couple of ideas. Again, there's a lot of them out there. These are just two that I feel are really, really bad. Either way, I'll continue watching everything closely and I'll bring it to your attention right away. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Also, make sure to check out those links down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. It's the same link, by the way, in both sections, but you can get your 14-day free trial with the sponsor here on the channel, Aura, and again, they can go to work to protecting your personal information online. And like I said, I couldn't believe the pages and pages of different places that my information has been leaked. And again, I was really surprised by that. As I looked through the list, I thought, I don't even know what these places are. Like, why do they have my information? Not a fan, right? Anyway, check out those links down below. Enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And catch you again later in the